No, it didn't take me 10 minutes to figure out how I was gonna set up the camera. Just roll the fucking title sequence. What's going on, y'all? TheBrandonBrownson here with another edition of TBB Unscripted. What are we on? 13, 14, something like that? So I meant to have this out a couple weeks ago, and I apologize that it took me so long. However, we got a lot of stuff to go through, so let's get right to it. I'm gonna start off with some kind of bad news. So, I had a bunch of really big videos planned out. I was working on a new Theory Addict. I was working on a new Creepypasta Addict. I had a series of top 10s in the works. I was even planning another live stream. However, there's some bad news. I may or may not have misplaced my headset. Now, I'm pretty sure that it's somewhere in my room, however, my room is a mess right now. It's still messy from when I got back from vacation, it's messy from my family getting back from vacation, because I don't know if you guys noticed, but I have the biggest room in the house, therefore, a lot of the kid stuff is in here, so it's still pretty messy from, post-vacation stuff. So it's gonna be a little while until I can have that stuff out, because it's gonna be a little while until I can find my headset, so I apologize ahead of time. However, I do have some incredible news. We are at 1,541,709 total views, with 5,139 subscribers. You know what that means? You got to the challenge. You beat the challenge. You got me to 5,000 subscribers before VidCon. And you've got me quite a few more since. You guys are amazing. And, as I promised, you guys get to challenge me to do shit. Keep in mind, before you put a challenge in the comment section, my body sucks, so I can't really do anything that's physically demanding. And I ain't looking to go to jail. So, if it's not a physically demanding challenge that will put me in jail, leave it down there in the comment section below. I will be doing your challenges. I also realize that, as of right now at least, I'm only like 15 videos away from my 200th video. Not too sure what I should do to celebrate that. Any ideas? With all of that said though, let's get to the question and answer segment of this video. Now, in the last TBB Unscripted, I gave you guys shit for not leaving me many questions. In this one, you guys definitely made up for it, so let's go ahead and start. Starting with Mr. Squibbles. If two trains leave from Chicago at the same time, one headed for Detroit and the other for Washington, D.C., the fuck's a condom? Something my parents should have used. Zim234 leaves me 3 questions. I'm going to start off with the last one and go in reverse. The first one is, well, the last one, you know what I'm trying to say. What did you think of the Saints Row series? The Saints Row series is probably my favorite sandbox-style game series. I love its sense of humor. I love its selection of weapons. They keep the missions fresh, even if at the end of the day you are just kind of shooting shit. They give you a lot of different scenarios to do that, and a lot of different ways of going about it, so it's a very fresh series. I understand a lot of people's criticisms with the Saints Row series, and I respect them. However, I personally love the series. Second question, what did you think of Fallout 3? Fallout 3 is hands down my favorite first-person shooter. I love the idea of going around in a post-apocalyptic 50s-style technology world. I loved being able to explore the ruins of DC. The music in it was absolutely impeccable, and I thought that the story was breathtaking. So, Fallout 3, oh, such a good game. It's such a good game, you guys. Oh, such a good game. And the final question from Zim294 is, will there be any more Fatty in the Hat, or You Know What Pisses Me Off, or Roundtable? They were great segments. Roundtable there will definitely be more of. It's just a matter of me and the elf getting together and having something to talk about. Fatty in the Hat, there's a possibility of it. Right now the Hat is interning in New York. However, he's supposed to be coming back at the end of the month, beginning of next month, so if we have any ideas, we'll definitely get together and film some stuff. You know what pisses me off? That's an interesting demon, and that's how I know that you've been around for a while, Zim. The issue with you know what pisses me off is, honestly, I got burned out on doing this series. I got sick and tired of the premise of it. I thought that it got old. I thought that it got repetitive. I couldn't really find a way to freshen up the formula, so ultimately I pulled the plug on that one. I've had a lot of requests for me to go back and do the show, and I might do a couple of one-off episodes. One thing I am thinking of is I want to take all the old You Know What Pisses Me Off videos and do like a compilation of them maybe. And another thing is I want to do another compilation because there's actually quite a few episodes of the show that never got published to YouTube, so I'm thinking of making a compilation of the lost episodes, if you will. To sum up the answer to that question, though, I don't plan on bringing it back full-time. However, I might do the one-off episode, and I'm planning on doing a couple compilations, so hopefully you guys will be satisfied with that. Taylor Collett asks, PS4 or Xbox One? Please note, yes, PC is better than both, but that's not the topic. First of all, I agree. I am becoming more of a PC gamer. If I had to pick between the two, I'd probably go with the PS4, and not for the reasons that you're thinking. Honestly, I just think that the PS4 launch titles look a little bit better than what the Xbox One is offering, so there's that. Asthmatic Puff asks, if you have one, what is your favorite Pokemon type? Electric. Jonathan Austin asks, how do you feel about the new Fairy type? I'm indifferent toward it right now. On one hand, I really like the fact that they are introducing a new type. I've been saying that they need to introduce a new type for a really long time. On the other hand, I don't know if Fairy's the way to go. I'm reserving all judgment until I actually have the game in my hands, though. Erica45 asks, do you like buttered toast? Why, yes I do, Double Me. KK Snipes 8 asks, what are your earliest video game memories? When I was around 3 or 4 years old, my mom worked quite a bit, just like she does now. And she'd take me to my grandmother's house, so my grandmother could watch me while she worked. Well, my Uncle Mickey, who would have been a teenager at the time, had a Super Nintendo, so my earliest video game memories are being over at my grandma's house, 3-4 years old while my mom was working, playing games like Super Mario World and Mega Man X and stuff like that. Super Mario Kart, that was one that I really liked. So those are probably my earliest video game memories. Rorik asks a couple questions, the first of which being, would you do a Let's Play of Final Fantasy VII? I really want to do a Let's Play of Final Fantasy VII, and now that it's been released on Steam, it's possible for me to do one. It's just a matter of, A, getting the money to buy the actual game, and B, again, finding my headset. That's also the reason that there hasn't been a lot of videos on my Let's Play channel as of late, because I don't have my headset to record. Rorik also asks, would you be down for doing a Nuzlocke challenge, or maybe playing Baldur's Gate EE? I've heard a lot of good things about Baldur's Gate. I wouldn't mind giving it a try. I don't know if I'd Let's Play it right off the bat, just because I've never even played the game, therefore I don't know if I like it. As far as doing a Nuzlocke challenge, probably not, to be perfectly honest with you. Duncan Batch, who asks me like a million questions, first asks, what's your favorite Pokemon? Jolteon. What's your favorite band? That would be a three-way tie between Psycho Stick, Primus, and Rush, though Steam Powered Giraffe is a very close fourth. Can I has a cheeseburger? Go get yous a cheeseburger. Do you have a pet? I do. I have a dog named Max, I have another dog named Baby Girl, and technically I have a cat named Maya. They're all over at my dad's, though. Do you like the Kingdom Hearts saga? I have to be honest, I haven't really played a lot of Kingdom Hearts other than the first one. However, what I've seen, I'm not against. I can't really answer yes or no because I haven't played most of the series, but I liked the first one, and I like the idea of all the other ones. It's just a matter of getting my hands on the games. Can you speak another language? Does internet count? Do you have, like, any good anime? Well, that's kind of a trick question. Or rather a question I can't answer, because I don't know what your definition of good anime is. I have to admit, I'm not super duper into anime. It's something I've wanted to get into for a while. I just, A, don't know where to start, and B, don't really have the time to sit down and watch it. I know I've wanted to watch Hellsing for a while. I wanted to go back and rewatch the old animes that I used to watch when I was a kid. Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon, Yu Yu Hakusho, Full Metal Alchemist, Outlaw Star, Cowboy Bebop, the Gundam series. Again, as far as, like, new anime, I don't know where to start. As far as all anime as a whole, I really don't have the time to watch. Big Bad Murphy asks, I like Mr. Repsion too. What do you think of the Mr. Repsion and Onision war? This is probably going to be something that not a lot of people are going to understand. I'm not going to explain it because I don't want to give Onision any more publicity. I think that he is the scourge of the internet. I think that he is the Antichrist of YouTube. I hate his fucking guts. That said, I think that Mr. Repsion pulled the plug at the right time. He realized that what he was doing was ultimately giving Onision what he wants, and he pulled the plug. He walked away. That's a big reason why I'm not going into specifics with this one, because talking about Onision is giving him exactly what he wants. So, yeah. Sorry if I'm being a little vague, sorry if I confused a lot of you, but I have my reasons for doing that. If you could go back in time and get in a series, anime, or video game, what would they be? Well, if I could be part of the creative process of an anime, it would be Dragon Ball GT to stop that from ever happening. And if I can be part of the development of a video game, it would have been Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, in the hope that I could have made it more of what everyone was expecting, instead of fucking cars. Rift the Dragon Slayer asks, DC or Marvel? That one's a really difficult one for me to answer. I grew up as a diehard Marvel person. I used to read Spider-Man, I used to read Thor, Ghost Rider was one of my absolute favorites, X-Men, Avengers, Captain America, the Hulk. I grew up in a very Marvel atmosphere. However, as of late, I've been getting a lot more into DC. My favorite superhero right now is DC, which is Nightwing, just for the record. So it's really hard for me to pick them. It really all depends on what my mood is at the time. If I'm looking for something a little more lighthearted and fun, I'll probably go to Marvel. If I'm looking for something darker and edgier, I'll probably go DC. SSBS Fanboy asks, how come your intros and outros are hella louder than the actual video? That is an editing snafu on my part. I apologize. I'm working on fixing that. He also asks, are you a fan of J-Wits? Who? And SSBS Fanboy finally asks, have you used or seen someone use a game controller as a computer mouse? You can do that? Like, that's a thing? That's kind of fucking cool. I've never even heard of that up until now, but, that's actually kind of dope. Unable to Wink asks, if you had to live on another planet, assuming we have the technology to get there and live there, what planet would you pick? What planet has the best Wi-Fi? Unable to Wink also asks, would you rather have elbows that bend the opposite way, or knees that bend the opposite way? Probably knees that bend the opposite way. My legs are pretty fucked up to begin with, so what's one more thing? With elbows, though, I'm assuming that would make it harder to type and play video games, and, well, let's be honest, that would probably make it a bitch and a half to fap. And I've been single for years. I need to have the ability to fap. Shit just got pretty awkward, didn't it? ShadowScissor9 asks, what is your favorite game? Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. ShadowScissor9 also asks, what is your favorite game character? That one's difficult. Off the top of my head, I'm going to say Solid Snake. But if you were to ask me that question another time, don't be surprised if I give you a totally different answer. Lily Valentine asks, do you like Hot Pockets? If so, what flavors? I do like Hot Pockets. My favorite flavor has to be the pepperoni pizza one. But I'm a pretty open guy when it comes to my Hot Pockets. I know I've encountered flavors I don't like before, but I can't think of them. Lily Valentine also asks, what are your thoughts on Magic the Gathering? I've never really gotten into Magic the Gathering. I have friends who are into it, which, you know, good for them. Not really my thing, though. Lily Valentine also asks, do you like anyone? That's something I'm not going to talk about on here. While I do talk about certain aspects of my private life in videos, my love life is something that I try to keep entirely separate from my YouTubing as far as talking about it in videos and stuff like that. Mostly because I've seen people who do make their love life a part of their YouTube life. I've seen horror stories from that, and that's something I don't want to have to deal with, so forgive me for dancing around the answer to that question, but I have my reasons. Mr. Squibbles asks a second question. If you have 4 pencils, and I have 7 apples, how many pancakes will fit on the roof? That's a false question. You and I both know that ice cream doesn't have bones, you son of a bitch. Iger Mendy asks, when did you become a wizard who can manipulate everyday objects like cans the same way you did in that one video? And how do you control your powers? Iger Mendy, if I were to tell you the answer to that question, I'm afraid that you wouldn't be able to see your family and friends ever again. Sorry, looking out for you. Reese LeClaire says, hey Brandon, if you want views, I'm telling you, you must do a Lost Theory Addict. It is one of the best shows for this type of video. First of all, not trying to be a dick, but spell check is a beautiful thing. Second of all, honestly, I'm not really looking for views. I mean, I'm happy with the audience that I have. And I never really got into Lost, therefore it's something that I don't think I would do an episode of Theory. Wait a minute, are you making fun of me because I look like Hurley, you son of a bitch? The last 2 questions are from Duncan Batch. First, he asks, how is YouTube a job that you get paid for? Okay, let me try and explain this the best I can. If you have an ad blocker, and it is on right now, none of this is going to make sense, but if you don't, you see that advertisement down there? You see that advertisement over there? I don't know, it might be over there. I don't know if it flips the image or anything, but there's going to be an advertisement somewhere over there and an advertisement right there. Well, you guys are seeing the advertisement. Because you are seeing the advertisement, I am getting paid a relatively small amount for everyone who sees those advertisements. Usually a couple cents per person, so the more views I get, the more people see the advertisement, the more money I get paid. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten paid at all because I still need to fill out a few things in my Google AdSense that are keeping me from getting paid. Mostly I need to set it up with a bank account, show valid ID, all of that bullshit. So, technically I'm not getting paid from YouTube right now, but that's how people get paid from YouTube. Do you like things spicy? I like a moderate amount of spice. I don't like for it to feel like there's an inferno in my mouth, but basically, so long as the heat isn't the only flavor, if I can still taste other things and still taste heat, then I'm okay with it. If heat's all I can taste, then no. And the final question from Duncan Batch is, tell us how your day is. My day is okay. Thank you. That was a really positive final question to end on. Anyways, that about does it for episode 14. I think it's 14, might be 13, pretty sure it's 14. Episode whatever it is of TBB Unscripted. Down there in the comment section, as always, I want for you to go ahead and leave a question for next time, but I also want for you to leave a challenge. Remember, I can't do anything that physically demanding, I don't want to go to prison, but so long as it doesn't violate those only 2 guidelines, leave a challenge down there and I just might do it. You guys earned it. You got me to 5,000 subscribers. I fucking love you for it. Also, I want to remind you, in the crotch bar, not only are there a lot of sexy links to sexy people, not only are there links to all of my social media sites, but there are also 2 very important links I would like to remind you of. The first of them is the link to the Facebook fan group for Chameleon Couch Productions. Go down there, like that page, ask to join the group, all of that fun stuff. There's a lot of really cool shit happening there, and I want for all of you to be a part of it. Second of all, me and Austin, Evolving Sideways, Mino, Chino, the Insomniac Dude, you have way too many nicknames, started a collaboration channel that we are hoping to really get started this week. We have our introduction video out. Well, introduction for the channel as a whole. This week, Austin is releasing his introduction video for him. Next week, I'm releasing my introduction video for the channel. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. However, a huge part of what is going to make that channel work is your input, your questions, stuff like that. So go over to that channel. The channel is called Chameleon Couch. Link down there in the crotch bar. Go ahead, subscribe to that, all of that fun bullshit. Anyways, this is almost a half hour long, so this is going to be a nightmare to edit, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. Thank you again for getting me to 5,000 subscribers. You guys, I love you. I love each and every single one of you. I'm doing this for you guys, and I appreciate it more than words can possibly describe. Here's to another 5,000. Like, comment, subscribe. THEBrandonBrownson, signing out.